Good morning, children. So in our previous lecture, in previous video, we seen Standard 10 NCERT textbook first chapter. Now in this video we will see first chapter's first poem, The Dust of Snow, which is written by Robert Frost. So before we start our poem explanation, I'll give some brief introduction about Robert Frost. He is a famous American writer, poet, even a philanthropist. In his each and every poem, there is a nature. He described very well about nature, beauty, natural scenario, and from this poem, from his each and every poem, we learn such values, such positive things, negative things, even how we think in our life. Even we can come to know about our inner selves. So in this poem, The Dust of Snow, this is some kind of nature related thing, but at the end I will show you, I can prove you how this poem, how this natural beauty poem will relate it with our life. So without wasting time, I'll start the explanation portion. I'll start with the first stanza of the poem. So here is the first stanza of the poem. You can see here the first line, which is the way a crow. The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. This is our first stanza. So in this first stanza there is only 4 lines, and in this 4 lines you can see the rhyming words of each the lines. Here you can say crow and snow, which is first and third line, and me and tree, which is second and fourth line. So these are the rhyming words first of all. Now the explanation portion. In the fourth line you can see hemlock tree, and the very first line you can see crow. If you are talking both these things, both these elements, crow itself is such kind of negative element. It is black, it is ugly looking, right? Not a single people will like crow. Even the voice it will come out of them, it is very harsh. So you never like crow. The same thing hemlock tree. If we talk about hemlock tree, it is a Christmas shaped tree, right? You can see in this image, right? So but the leaves of this hemlock tree are comparatively a little bit hard in compared to the Christmas tree. So this hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. It is very poisonous. So itself it shows a negativity. If we compare crow and hemlock tree, both these things shows the negativity. So at the very beginning of the line, of very beginning of the stanza, we came to know that Robert Frost is talking about such negative thing in this poem. The way crow shook down on me. Now this crow sat on the hemlock tree, and we are talking about the western country where the snow falls each and every time, and during this snow falls it is very hard in the northern countries, right? So this hemlock tree is full of the snow. So there is a carpet on the snow on this tree. If we can guess that, you can see in this hemlock tree there is so much snow on it. So when this crow sat on this tree, that time what happened, that snow fallen down in this, and at that time this poet, this character was stand under this tree, and while this crow sat on the tree, that time all the snow fallen down on this poet. So from this tree, because of the crow, that snow fallen down on the poet. This is the first stanza. So from this first stanza we come to know that there is a crow and he sat on the hemlock tree, and while this snow falling, because of the snowfall, that snow fallen down from the hemlock tree, and it fallen down on the poet. Now we come on the second stanza. The second stanza you can see on the screen, right? In second stanza again there are 4 lines. The first line you can see is has given my heart. The second line is a change of mood, and saved some part of a day I had ruined. Now the last word of this stanza you can say ruined. Ruined yani to disgust, which itself shows a negative thing again. Now again there is a rhyming words. In first and third line you can see heart and part. In first line you can see heart, and third line you can see part. Again in second and fourth line you can see the rhyming word mood and ruin, right? So in this second stanza what we come to know, has given my heart a change of mood. A change of mood which shows that the poet was not in good mood before. He was very unhappy. Something happened, something pinched him during the day. It didn't show that the whole life was unhappy for him, but that single day was not happy for him. So poet's mood was not that much good while he stand under this hemlock tree. So while the snow fallen on him, that time his mood was not good, but after this moment happened, after that snow fallen on him, suddenly his mood changed. That's why in first line it shows that has given my heart a change of mood. ठीक है, उसके the heart changed. Whatever the moment happened while the snow fall, his heart changed, his mood changed. So this shows that a single moment in your life can change your mood. If your mood is not good, but such thing which you never thought, which never happened, but suddenly it happened, which is not planned, which is unplanned, and it happened, so they can change your mood. The same thing happened with the poet also. So because of the snowfall, his heart changed, even his mood also changed. So this was the 2 lines of second stanza. Now we are discussing about the next 2 lines, which is saying, and saved some part, one a day I had. So the whole day, because of the snowfall, the rest of the day becomes very happy, becomes very positive. So the rest of the day will become very good for the poet. So this shows a positivity, some pinch of positiveness, that the rest of the day will become very happy because of this thing happened. So this shows that if we are unhappy, if we are not in a good mood, but such or another thing will happen in our life, will create awareness, will create a good mood, will create excitement, right, enthusiasm. Here if we are talking about the characters, the poet is there, then a crow is there, and a hemlock tree is there. Now in these 3 characters, what we come to know, what will helpful in our life. The poet is not in good mood, right? But such elements which is negative, which is showing the negativity, see crow and hemlock tree is showing negativity. But here in this poem, if we can see, if we can observe, these 2 things only made a happy day of this poet. So this is in our inner self, this is in our mind, that which is positive thing and which is negative thing, which is good thing and which is bad thing. This is in our inner self that we have to decide. Nothing is positive, nothing is negative, right? All things are good in their own ways, in their own lookouts. But the bad thing, the bad thinking is of our inner self. So whatever we are going to think, this will only create in front of you. This will only build up our idea. This will only build up our situation. So we have to act according to that. We have to take the decision according to that. Nothing shares in our routine life also. We didn't like such people, right? Because his behavior is not good, her acting is not good, her words are not good, even the way they look, that also we didn't like such times, right? But all these things, if we are positive in ourselves from our side, so all the things become the positive. So the same thing came from this poet or poem only, that if our thing is from our side, if we are positive, then all the negative elements, all the negative things becomes a positive. If we are talking crow or hemlock tree, both the things are negative, but for the poet it becomes a happy ending of the day. So rest of the day it becomes very happy, and the rest of the day what he will think, that because of the crow, because of the snowfall, my day become happy, it is worthful, right? So this small things only collect our happiness. So this is the bunch of happiness which we can create from our inner self. There is a curtain. If we are thinking about our happiness and our sadness, so there is a small transparent curtain behind it, right? If we open it, and if we are thinking positive things, so we will become happy. And if our negative thought process is going on, then we become unhappy, we become sad, right? So the same thing Robert Frost is introducing in this poem. See, this is only a nature related poem, right? There is a scenario where snow is falling, so it is a rainy season. If we are talking about the western country where the hemlock tree is there, and no another person is there existing, where only poet is there because he is in a bad mood, right? If we are in bad mood, if we are not in good mood, what we are doing, we want a privacy, we want to think that what happened with us, right? So the same thing happened. The poet wanted privacy, and he went outside under the hemlock tree, and this thing happened. And suddenly, because of the snowfall, because of the crow, his day became changed. So in our inner life also, in our personal life also, if we are unhappy, if we are sad, so we have to find out small things which makes us happy, right? So this is the main gist of this poem. This is the learning lesson from this poem, that in our routine life, in our daily life also, if we will find out happiness from small things also, we will become happy. There is no need to become sad for small reasons or for any big reason. Okay, whatever the problem will arise in our future life, whatever the things will come, whatever the tragedy will come in our future life, but if we are capable to find happiness from anything, from any small thing, even from the negative thing also, it will make us happy. We will be happy for that. So this is the thing from this poem we can understood. So this is the small summary. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much.